What dispositions do I possess that make me a successful teacher? Well, there's a number of dispositions that are really critical to me that I follow, and I mean, they're just kind of who I am. Probably first and most important of that is that educators should believe that all students can learn and should support realistic expectations for student success. Okay, I believe that every student is capable of learning. Every student does learn at their own rate and has their own individual education levels, but everybody can learn, and with the right supports, everybody can be very effective with learning. All right. Along with that, the disposition that fits really nicely with that is that educators should be sensitive to the individual learning and social needs of students and embrace cultural diversity of the community. Okay. Again, I respect every one of my students' learning styles, the level that they're working at right now, and I need to know that for every student. I need to continue to assess, to continue to watch the students grow. Um, I am very sensitive culturally to where my students come from. In my classroom, I promote um, as much cultural diversity as I can. We're very respectful of each other, but I do encourage my students to share um, their culture and their beliefs and customs. Let's see. All right. So, what dispositions do I need to work on to grow as an educator? Um, for me, personally, I think that I don't reflect enough. So, educators should recognize that reflection combined with experience leads to growth as a professional. Um, as far as behaviors, some classroom stuff, I do a lot of reflection. Uh, but I think that for me personally, there's always room for improvement on that. Um, so that would be an area that I think that I could grow in. I'd also like to work on communication with parents, just on a personal level. I'm very professional when I speak to my parents, um, but I work with a very difficult population, and it's tough to get parental involvement. So I would like to work on improving my communication with parents, make sure that they feel welcome, and do everything I can to try to get some additional parent involvement in my classroom. Again, with the students that I work with, it's just kind of a reality that their parents are hard to get in for meetings, for parent conferences, and I feel that if I can embrace that and extend it out, get my parents feeling welcome in the classroom, get them in there for some good things. Then if they have to come in for a meeting or something, I'm more likely to get them to do so. All right, what does a professional educator look like and how do they behave? What standards guide their thinking and actions? So for me, number one, educators should model integrity by their words and actions. Okay, we are professionals and we need to act professional. We need to look professional. I always wear a shirt with a collar and slacks when I'm in the classroom. Educators should demonstrate professional friendliness, warmth, and genuine caring in their relationship with others while providing intellectual, emotional, and spiritual support. I do believe very highly in that too. Educate the classroom should be a warm place. It's a place to learn. It's a safe environment. It's safe not only physically, but it's a safe place to make mistakes. You're there to learn. Students should definitely feel loved when they come in the classroom. They should feel cared about and valued. If you don't care about your students, if you don't value your students, then you're not going to get the learning out of them. Um, educators are should be active in the community. They should be part of the community. They should be contributing to it. It's not just a job. You know, you're there. You're part of a community. So, as an educator, I do work with food banks, market on the move kind of stuff. I do a lot in my district to contribute as well. I also coach a basketball team at a neighboring school. Again, just part of being part of the community, building bonds with these kids, because as an educator, you're building the community for the future. You know, the students that you're working with are going to be the adults and the parents, you know, 20 years from now. And you want to have as positive an impact on them as you can.